Sister Wives, Tony slams Meri as a delusional in real-time clip. Sister Wives star Tony Padron surfaces during the mid-season break, offering his take on Meri Brown's advice to his mother-in-law, Christine Brown. Tony sees irony in what Meri says, especially after how things ended up in the last few seasons of the TLC series. He suggests that Meri is delusional, and he doesn't stop there. So, it looks like Tony is at it again. He seems to say whatever pops into his mind, but he has to know by now that Meri will hear what he said, yet he says it anyway. Sister Wives, Tony Padron shoots from the hip, several times. A recent video rattled some of Meri Brown's fans. It came from Sister Wives stars Kody Brown Padron and Tony Padron on their Patreon site. The video has the two of them in real time sizing up a long-ago episode of their family's show. They watch an episode from season 4 and offer their thoughts on it. While Kody explains why Meri Brown gave Christine Brown the advice she did, Tony lets loose. He's not buying his wife's excuse for what he sees as Meri being brainwashed. Tony isn't buying Meri Brown's advice as he watches her counseling Christine Brown on the Sister Wives show. Tony and Kody are re-watching the series and commenting on the episodes, and Tony had a lot to say about this one from season 4. Kody Brown Padron dances around, but Tony calls it brainwashing. Christine Brown is unhappy in her marriage, and in this episode she tells this to Meri Brown. But instead of empathizing with her sister wife, Meri tells Christine she has to change. Meri explains how Christine needs to conform to Kody's ways, as Meri has. So if Christine did the same, Meri thinks she would make life easier for herself. Kody danced around with her words. She basically described Meri's advice as a polygamy thing, but not Tony. He was mortified by what he heard and called it grade A brainwashing. He also said Meri sounded delusional. Plus, he pointed out the irony in Meri's words. Kody ended his husbandly duties with Meri long ago, long before he pushed the other wives out, so Tony didn't see that Meri's advice worked for her. Sister Wives, Christine Brown, calls Meri out too. So, Tony and Kody watched another long-ago episode this week. It was from a time way before Meri ever thought of leaving her sister wives' husband. In this episode, Christine Brown asked Meri Brown if this is what she does, change the way she is to fit in with Kody. Meri said she did, but Christine didn't see it working for Meri. At the time, Christine reminded her how Kody neglected spending time with her, even on important dates like her birthday. Meri seemed to stumble on a comeback for this, but she ended up blaming it on other things going on at the same time. Then Meri said that didn't matter. By using her strategy, she gets along with Kody when he is around. And it sounds like back then, she was able to do that by morphing herself into what Kody wanted. Tony not buying Meri Brown's jargon. Tony Padron gave his critique of Meri's advice on a public venue, where his father-in-law Kody Brown could easily see it. The same holds true for the rest of his sister wives' family. They too can all easily hear or watch what Tony had to say. So, if Tony sees this as brainwashing, that would likely infuriate Kody Brown. After all, he is, or was, the leader of the family. The Sister Wives patriarch agreed to do the series to combat the stigma of polygamy, like brainwashing. Anyway, Tony calls it out loud. He thinks Meri's advice to Christine is nothing but delusional. And it seems that even back then, Christine Brown agreed with Tony's line of thinking on this. Today, Meri is a different woman. She may see Tony's take on this and agree. Today, Meri Brown's mindset seems so much different than from back then. Fans see her train of thought more like, you have to be genuine self. So if marriage is ever in the cards again for Meri, you likely won't find Meri becoming a facsimile of something a future husband wants her to be, either on or off the TLC series.